Learning how to learn is a fundamental skill that nobody ever really teaches us. There is only so much time in the day to learn new things, but you can speed up how fast you learn something. The ability to learn quickly will always give you an advantage in life, whether you're trying to learn a new language, play an instrument, or start a business. Even if you already have a job or are a school student performing well in your classes, the process of learning is never going to stop because it has the ability to significantly improve our lives in every way. Here are 4 powerful and scientifically tested ways to learn anything faster. Number 1. Sharpen the axe. This is a very popular method to learn anything, and it's attributed to Abraham Lincoln, who quoted, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." Now, to understand this better, let's say we are trying to learn something, like a new workout or the guitar. We should spend a good amount of time figuring out the process behind what we are actually going to learn before we do anything else. This seems obvious, but a lot of people do not consider it. So basically, we need to spend some time to find out and understand how we are going to learn the thing before actually doing it. For example, when I was learning how to do push-ups, at first I simply saw a video on the internet and started trying it out, which was incorrect. And because of that, I went through many days of wasted effort where I couldn't see results. It was only when I decided to research in depth, I realized the importance of proper hand posture, body form, and technique that ultimately gave me the understanding of how to do a proper push-up, which also showed results in a few days of time. So next time, don't forget to sharpen the axe and spend adequate time understanding or learning the process behind what you need to do before actually doing it. Now moving on to the second way, which is figuring out your weak links. It's very important to figure out what our weak links are and then focus on drills to improve them. For example, let's say you have an exam tomorrow and there are certain topics in the course outline that you aren't well versed with. Then first, you should probably focus on those areas that you don't know well. In this way, your learning process will become very efficient. Doing this is important because it's often tempting to stick to what we know while we are learning or studying something new. If we are studying for an exam, it becomes tempting to read the same page you already know about over and over again. Similarly, while practicing guitar, it's tempting to play the songs we already know. If you want to make progress in anything, then you must focus more on what you don't know. Learning only happens when we are trying to fix our weaknesses and there's a decent level of difficulty. If something's too easy, we are not going to learn anything. So if we want to optimize our learning and learn quickly, we should particularly concentrate on those areas of weakness. In essence, we need to find the weak links and use drills to improve them as quickly as possible. Basically, we need to identify the weak points and perform drills or practice sessions to strengthen them as soon as possible. Now, the third effective way to learn faster is to teach what you're learning. We often think and convince ourselves that teaching someone something is an impossible task, especially when we don't have any experience in it. And this leads us to completely eradicate the possibility of attempting to teach a newly learned concept. In fact, the writer C.S. Lewis talks about something called the curse of knowledge, which is that when we are trying to learn something, we often don't learn best from the experts. Instead, we learn best from people who are just one step in front of us along the same journey. Read it again. Those lines are really powerful and hold so much truth in it. Sometimes it's better to learn from a guide than a guru. For example, in school or college, sometimes my classmates or seniors were able to give me better revision sessions compared to the lecturers, due to the fact that sometimes lecturers cannot relate to the level you're at. On the other hand, your classmates or seniors could relate more to your current level and what's required to learn next, because they recently went through the same phase of learning you are currently stuck at and are more aware of how to progress from there. Don't be afraid to teach what you're learning. Even if it's just teaching to someone imaginary, you should still go for it because teaching really solidifies your knowledge and understanding of that thing. Now, the final and fourth way is to get more sleep. The majority of the memory consolidation or unification process happens when we sleep. Because of this, taking a little sleep might help you remember things better. In one study, participants memorized illustrated cards to test their memory strength. After memorizing the set of cards, a 40-minute break was given to the participants, during which one group slept off while the other stayed awake. After the break, both groups were put to the test on their ability to recall the cards. The sleep group performed significantly better, retaining an average 85% of the patterns compared to the group that remained awake, who could retain 60% of the patterns. Researchers have also found that sleep deprivation can affect your ability to commit new information to memory and retain any short-term memories you have made, that ultimately affects your ability to learn anything faster. In conclusion, learning how to learn is an incredible skill, and the person who can learn faster will always have the upper hand in life. Alright, before I end this video, I would love to know what you're currently trying to learn in the comments section down below. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found the video insightful.